Something that I've seen more of, and this is before the pandemic,
Yes.
and it's just continued as well, has been the involvement of parents with adult children at the workplace.
Oh, yes, right.
You know, it's like I have clients that had situations where like we were in the process of extending an offer, they were in the process of extending an offer, and
Mhm.
they needed to negotiate the compensation, and then the father got on the phone to do the negotiation, you
Mm,
know, and stuff like
yeah,
that. And it's just, or people, their parents calling to check on the status, of an application, and
right.
things like that. Have you had any experience with instances like that in your with your clients?
Mhm. Chad and Michael, I've heard of those scenarios too. Um, I if I were in that employee's shoes, I would cringe. I think it'd be kind of embarrassing to have your parent, sort of infantilize you like that. I have heard of these situations. I don't. To me, it doesn't set off any alarm bells in terms of employment law, like a labor violation or discrimination. I think it's kind of in poor business form and poor practice, and maybe it's is that a function of parents just not letting their children grow up? So short answer is I have seen it. I usually tell the employer, listen, you're paying the employee or hiring the employee, not their parent, and you have every right to say to that parent, I'm sorry, per company policy, this, the all candidates' salaries and compensation are strictly confidential. So you can politely eject that parent from the conversation, and maybe that child and parent should have a talk like, I'm not in seventh grade anymore, So yeah, I have seen it happen. I don't get too alarmed. Sometimes companies call me and they say the same thing. Oh, the person's mother called and said this is a problem. Are we in trouble? And I said, you're not all in the playground together. Like they can't ground you, right? So I would just kind of chalk it up to quirkiness and move on.